After 5 years of civil war, Syria is a shadow of the country it once was. Forces loyal to President Bashar al-Assad ceaselessly battle the rebel groups trying to topple his regime. And then, of course, there's the other war, the one being fought to keep ISIS from seizing control of the vulnerable nation. Aleppo, Syria's largest city and economic capital, lies at the center of these conflicts. Though thousands have fled the city, there are many who have stayed behind. So what is life like for those who remain here? Before war broke out in 2012, Aleppo was a bustling city, home to around 2 million people. Today, thousands have left, and the city itself is divided. Assad has control of the west while opposition forces rule the east, including the historic center of the city, known as the Old City of Aleppo. This UNESCO World Heritage Site once boasted mosques, souks, and minarets that dated back to the 12th century. Today, however, these sites are barely recognizable.
هون هذا كان مصلى بعد ما يسكر المساجد الجامع وقت الظهر يضل هذا مفتوح يدخلوا يصلوا العالم. هذا من القلعة الضب هذا من القلعة.
That voice you just heard belongs to this man, Firas Abu Hassana. He's a soldier that fights for Jabhat al-Shamia, one of the factions of the opposition. And yes, that noise you just heard was the sound of a shell exploding nearby. In the last 4 years, the people of Aleppo have heard this noise all too frequently. Both opposition forces and the government have shelled the city, and in late 2015, Russia got involved in support of Assad's regime. Their airstrikes on Aleppo employed internationally banned cluster bombs to inflict a huge amount of damage. However, it is the Syrian government's use of barrel bombs that have reportedly caused the most destruction in Aleppo. These crude explosives have targeted areas where civilians gather, like hospitals, schools, and mosques, to devastating effect.
منطقة المحمص حلب القديمة سوق شعبي قديم وتم قصفه من قبل قوات النظام بيوت مدنية سكان كانوا بيركين بأمان الله قصفوه خربوا هجروا العيال هجروا الأولاد قصفوا المدارس مسجد كنا عم نصلي فيه كمان قصفوا بحجة الإرهاب بحجة مكافحة الإرهاب والإرهابيين.
Though there have been some efforts to maintain UN-brokered ceasefires, they've been short-lived. So living here in Aleppo means living with the ever-constant fear that in an instant you could lose everything.
محمود اجى القناص سد ادنيك سد اجى القناص قول له سد حط سد ادنيك محمود سد.
This is Rashid Hadri, another opposition soldier who lives in Aleppo's old city with his wife and 5 children. Prior to the outbreak of war, Rashid was a shoe salesman. Then, during a government strike, he was stripped of both his livelihood and his home.
فكان بيتي هيك بالصالحين اجت الطيارة دمرت الحوش كلها البناية مع طبعا المحلات تحت البناية راحت المحلات الحمد لله ما ضل عنا شيء.
With no steady source of income, like many others who remained in Aleppo, Rashid had no financial means of escaping Syria.
اللي كانوا في حلب القديمة يعني بشكل عام يعني حلب القديمة تمتد جزورها كبيرة يعني في فوق 4 ملايين نسمة تقريبا 3 ملايين يعني فيها شيء 3 ملايين شوي 4 ملايين الأغلبيتهم يعني اللي راح على تركيا طبعا أصحاب الثروات الميكنة هدول ضمنوا حالهم وصاروا في بلاد أوروبا وبلاد الأجنبية في ناس يعني في ناس ضلت هون ما بقى يعني ما صرنا نحن في مكان إنه اللي معك بقضيك. تاكل كمان يا محمود؟ تعال محمود تعال واشرب شوي شوي مخبوطة من المي مي مالحة لأنه ما يتجيب لأنه ما في هون ممنوع عنا نظام قطع المي طاول يعني سواء قلت لك إنه نظام قطع المي عن المنطقة بشكل عام مو بشكل خاص بشكل عام.
Since the war began, water and electricity have been frequently cut off in opposition-controlled parts of the city. The government has also cut off all but one supply route into the area, meaning that basic necessities like food, bottled water, and medical supplies have become almost impossible for families like Rashid's to obtain. But these aren't the only fears and concerns that Rashid has for his family. Like many parents in his position, he's worried that the war has already damaged his children's prospect for any kind of future.
بس يعني بتطلع على هالطفلة ولا الطفل هاد بكرة راح ينتشئ جاهل أمي ما بيعرف الخمسة بالخمسة لأنه ما بقى دراسي.
هلا أنا بخاف من الطيارة وقت بتجي كتير، نحن أطفال إذا بالطيران ما بقى نحسن نروح عن بيت جدي، ما بقى نحسن نشوفهم، ما بقى أشوف رفقاتي، ما بقى أروح على المدرسة، اشتقت لهم أنا كتير.
Re-establishing education in Syrian cities like Aleppo, to say nothing of basic necessities, is a huge concern. Someday the war here will end, and it will be up to those left behind to try and rebuild. Right now, however, it seems that the generation tasked with this effort will be ill-equipped to restore this historic and once great city. Right now, ending the war seems impossible. Syria is facing an almost complete economic and political meltdown, leaving some to wonder whether the country is on the verge of becoming a failed state. Check out this video on what defines a failed state and whether or not Syria really is on its way to becoming one. As always, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.